India's auto market is undergoing a massive geopolitical earthquake right now. This multi-fuel shift means your very next car could literally drain your wallet, especially if you ignore the hidden mechanics and efficiency taxes at play. Welcome to Zenith Global News. In today's explainer, we're examining how India's strategic push away from imported crude oil is completely rewriting the economic reality of buying a passenger vehicle. Here's our rundown for today. We'll map out the strategic fuel shift, look at ethanol and engine health, break down flex fuel economics, dive into the EV disruption, and finally, give you a consumer decision matrix. Part 1. India's strategic fuel shift. To really navigate this shift, we have to completely abandon showroom sticker prices. Seriously, forget them. Instead, we need to evaluate everything through the total cost of ownership. That means looking at your upfront capital, sure, but also your daily operational costs, fuel, and long-term maintenance. Driven by a major push for energy security, India has already successfully mandated a 20% ethanol baseline, which we call E20. But, as we'll see, scaling up to E80 or even pure E100 introduces some incredibly stark technical hurdles. Part 2. Ethanol blends and engine health. So what happens when we use more ethanol? Well, it physically packs about 1/3 less energy than pure gasoline. That creates an immediate efficiency tax at the pump. With E20, you're looking at a roughly 7% drop in kilometers per liter. But jump to E85 or E100, and that mileage plunges by a staggering 20 to 30%. And it's not just about fuel efficiency. Ethanol is highly hygroscopic, meaning it acts kind of like a sponge and attracts ambient moisture. In older, non-compliant engines, this water separation causes severe chemical corrosion of steel components and rapidly degrades rubber fuel hoses and seals. It's a real mechanical liability. Which brings us to Part 3, Flex Fuel Economics Explained. To safely run these high-blend fuels without basically destroying the engine, manufacturers have to put in some serious hardware. We're talking about optical or capacitive sensors to read the exact fuel mix, adaptive engine control units, upgraded fuel injectors, and heavy-duty, corrosion-resistant metallurgy throughout the entire fuel system. And all that tech isn't cheap. Developing a true flex fuel version of just a standard entry-level hatchback adds an estimated upfront premium of around 86,000 rupees. So, for the consumer, this sets up a really critical mathematical challenge. Do the discounted pump prices for high-blend ethanol actually offset that 86,000 rupee hardware premium plus the massive 20 to 30% drop in mileage?
Well, market analysts are sounding the alarm here. The consensus is that until ethanol is priced dramatically lower at the pump on a per-kilometer basis, flex fuel vehicles are going to remain a tough sell based on financial returns alone. It's just not an immediate economic win for the everyday driver yet.
Let's shift gears to Part 4, the electric vehicle disruption. Now we pivot to the ultimate urban disruptor. For an urban EV owner utilizing standard overnight home charging, the operational savings are massive. Industry assessments show you can save up to 75,000 rupees annually on fuel compared to a petrol car. And the maintenance showdown over a 5-year cycle makes that advantage even clearer. An electric drivetrain is much simpler, costing roughly 30,000 rupees to maintain over 5 years. That drastically undercuts the 70,000 rupees needed for petrol and the 85,000 required for diesel. But as an objective observer, we have to look at the structural headwinds. EVs still face highly restricted public highway charging networks. There are huge logistical barriers for apartment residents who don't have dedicated parking. Plus, there's elevated secondary market depreciation, largely driven by consumer hesitation over long-term battery health. Finally, Part 5, the Consumer TCO Decision Matrix. By synthesizing all these economic and geopolitical variables, the real total cost of ownership starts to become very clear. It's a game of trade-offs. You have the high upfront costs but low running costs of EVs, up against the moderate premiums but much lower fuel efficiency of flex fuel vehicles. Applying this directly to your driveway, your optimal economic choice really comes down to just 2 variables: your daily urban mileage and whether you have access to home charging. Driving over 40 to 50 kilometers a day and have a plug at home? Buy an EV. Otherwise, you're better off evaluating standard petrol or flex fuel. The absolute primary mistake any buyer can make right now is focusing solely on the showroom sticker price. That price is just an illusion of cost. Single technology dominance is completely dead, and the true financial impact lives entirely in the vehicle's long-term life cycle. As national energy policies force the entire market to evolve, we leave you with this geopolitical reality to consider. In a multi-fuel era, failing to calculate your total cost of ownership transforms a routine purchase into an unpredictable financial liability. So is your next car going to be a strategic asset or a massive liability?
Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Stay informed, stay aware, stay ahead. Only on Zenith Global News.